Hey, good morning, everybody. Just wanted to quickly do a quick update for the 30th of May for the crypto news. So let's get started on it. Now, let's have a quick look, see what's happening. Okay, so first thing first, there's the news about sustainability and standards. So there's a lot of talk since the Luna collapse. They all talk about it. It's like the Lehman Brothers and all that stuff, which is not really the same. The only difference is that Lehman Brothers collapse was in a financial market, which was regulated very heavily, and they still did the wrong thing. So in an unregulated market, there's no comparison because it's comparing apple with orange. So a couple of things got to be aware of it. The other thing is having standards in the crypto market is not a bad thing. Maybe having a framework, not so much a governing body to dictate what's happening. I mean, that's the last thing you want. Crypto market was to get away from the financial market so that they can do things differently, transfer money without any issues. That was the whole point. So if you took that away, then, it's just another thing. They just converted from paper into digital. So crypto is going to be taken over by, the government, which is not a good thing. So this is one of those articles. Feel free to read it. It's cryptonews.com. So it's quite easy. And the other one was, the other article was about struggling on the chain. So this is an interesting one to read. Have a read on it. I'm not going to go into too much details talking about it. The other thing, this is interesting, USDD versus UST. So a lot of people say that it's just like a coin. So have a read the articles and have a look. Now, Terra Luna was revived last week on the 27th. So now there's a new crypto coin, and there's the old Luna Classic, so they call it. So have a look at that. Lots of people lost money on it because they were stacking the Luna coins. So when the market collapsed, they couldn't really do much. They can get out. Most of people couldn't get out. So that was an interesting one. So do keep an eye on it. A couple months ago, actually, earlier this year or last year, there was the iron tokens. I think it was from Elon Musk, not Elon Musk, it was the other guy, Mark Cuban. Yeah, that's the one. So that went down. So let me quickly show you that one. And if you learn anything in the market, you got to be aware of those things, okay? So it's called iron token, yep. Iron coins. Let's have a look which one. So Iron Titan, yeah, that's the one. So this was the coins that dropped from $60 odd. So let me go to the highest one so you can get to see it. Okay, so this was the coin, which is quite interesting. Look at that, it's all red, so it hasn't really got anything else. I mean, since $60, it dropped to hardly anything. So that was one of the example. And then Luna, that was the other one. So let's quickly go to the Luna one, so that way you guys can see it. So now it's called Terra and Classic. And so is the other one. Sitting at about less than, it's quite small actually, from the heyday of what, $100. So let's have a quick look at the charts. That will give you an understanding what happened. So at the height, that was in March, April, $150, all the way to the bottom. That was a huge drop. See, it started somewhere at 40 something cents, about 2 years ago. Look at that. And then it collapsed. So with the new one, can it possibly have the same thing? Who knows? It could be. But there's some forecasts that saying that the new coins would be okay. I mean, there's lots of people talk about stuff here, so you can read it. But this is another site that I go to. And this one is actually quite good. If you're actually interested, I can give you a link for it. Sign up, all that stuff is actually quite good. It's actually Coinmarketcap. I like it for a reason. If you're using different platforms, not all the charts is there, all the data. So you can always come here to check it, which I like. There's tons of stuff here. So, but again, please do your own research. You can't rely on people. You've got to learn how to do this. So Terra Luna, and the other one was that was used to pick to it. So the Terra Classic USD. So now they changed the name. So it's actually gone down to 3 cents. Now the highest it was, was about $1.30. Look at that. So because it was picked up to the unicorn, look at that. Would this ever come back up? I don't think that. Don't think. It's hard to tell. And I'm running some analysis on it. I'm using an algorithm at the moment, try to do some forecasting, but things is a bit fuzzy. So even the computer. So I'm running those things, doing the analysis. But it's really hard to tell at the moment. So there's a lot of negative news. Overall, the markets has been quite negative. Not even joking. But what I like about the negativities or the bear market is this: when all the things fall apart, well, when all the cons drop, there is strong projects, because we're looking at projects. Those strong projects will remain, and we will go up once the market we start rallying. So, and this cycle usually go for about 2 years anyway. So if you know about timing, it is important to be aware of it. Now, maybe, depends on your situation. I don't know, who I'm talking to, and I'm going to upload this onto the YouTube anyway. So the thing is, don't know what you're doing, don't know your background and your educational levels. So, have a look at those things first before you make decision, buy, sell, or otherwise. It's really not my place to tell you. So, but have a look at where the market high is, where's the market low. Use the old saying, buy low, sell high, then find those low and check the projects, really really do some investigation. Nobody ever makes money by being lazy, first of all. So, and those people say that, lazy investors and all that stuff, that's fine, but they have done research and they've been doing it for a while, so nobody ever good at this stuff, So, and I've been doing this for many years, and so there's some really great times, so make tons of money. There's sometimes that, lost about 30%, but, pull out with a stop loss. But that's part of what you need to do. And what you need to learn is the experience. I mean, that's another one thing you don't do, by doing it. So that's what I want to tell you. So have a check. The market's still very negative. I mean, look at overall market. As you can see, Bitcoin, ETH, Tether, everything is down. So, but that's what's happening. But there's some great opportunity, though, I have to say. Great opportunity to accumulate, so if you're interested in that, depends on strategy again. So, I don't want to push my courses all the time, but go to my website, have a look at it. There are courses that I teach on crypto markets, stock markets, and so forth. And you can actually learn how to do something, so have a look at those things. But this is another week that the market will be negative. And, look at that avalanche, 21% drop. $39. Let's have a quick look in that, so that you get the understanding where we are right now. Okay. So loading. Eventually it will show up. So once up on a time, it was at $177. The high was about that. So 186, and then it dropped all the way down to here. Now, can it be dropped further down to the bottom here? Possible. So in the markets, they're trending down. I mean, one of the simplest tool I use is this to define the market. Draw a trend line, draw a trend line, uptrend, downtrend. If the trend line is done, the market is done, then don't buy for go up. You need to short the market or use leverage, whichever way. So on an option, you can actually do some CFD, but I highly recommend that you have at least 5-6 years of trading experience before even touching those things, because it's highly leveraged. Most people don't even know how to do it, so I don't recommend it, really. And the people actually makes tons of money is the broker, So because the spread is so great, so the brokers actually makes tons of money, not so much you. So unless you're really good at it, I'm talking about 5-6 years experience, you've been actively trading. Okay, so unless you're not active trading 5 years, just doing here and there, it's not experience, not enough. Okay, so really trading experience. Anyway, so just another example that can this thing go down to $3? Sure, no problem, or beyond. So it depends on what's happening. But hey, imagine that though, if you can accumulate at this point or this one, that's what I'm saying. Now, how to do that? There are tools, and again, the courses will teach you how to do all those things. So anyway, guys, happy hunting for this week. The market may drop further, and if it does, just use your risk management. If you have one, if you don't have one, please go find one, because it's quite serious. If you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't be doing this at all. So happy hunting. I will speak to you next week.